from wherever you're at. Welcome to Calvary Trail. Today, we're going to be talking about something that every single person is packing. It has the power to kill. It has the power to cause massive destruction. It even has the power to brighten up your day, to encourage people, to build people up. Yeah, if you hadn't figured it out yet, I'm talking about your tongue. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out. You're a comedian. I got a couple good ones for you tonight, people. Good ones. Hey, this just in, breaking news. The police, they just got to arresting the world's fastest tongue twister champion. I'll imagine that he'll probably have a pretty tough sentence. That's a good one. Hey, guess what else? Why can't your tongue be 12 inches long? Because then it'd be a foot. Gotcha. Every single day, I have a decision to make. I'm going to get up this morning and I'm going to make time to spend time in my relationship with Jesus. I'm going to get up and pray this morning and read my Bible. Or I can not. But it's a decision I'm going to make, whether I'm going to spend time with God or I'm not going to spend time with God this morning. So let's get up. Let's spend time with God this morning. That's not an easy decision. It's oftentimes I want to spend time on Facebook or on my cell phone or doing other things, and Satan will try to use everything that he can use to pull you away from spending time with God. I mean, the things that you enjoy doing, the things that you like. Satan will do his best to keep you away from spending time with God all day, every day. Talking to God nonstop. And whenever I handle my circumstances in life, when I come across things in life, I notice that my reactions to those things are totally different. One day I was working at Sonic, and a lady came up to me, and I was running the store, and I was responsible for it. She came up to me, she had a problem. Well, one morning I had walked in, and I had not spent time with the Lord at all in my relationship. And when she asked me that question, I was already somewhat irritated. And whenever she asked me, I was like, oh, this is something she's supposed to already known. And I snapped at her, and I jumped on her, and I shouldn't have done that because it wasn't out of love, and it was not a very good way to approach that circumstance. However, the exact same circumstance happened the very next day. Now, the very next day was totally different because that morning I had gotten up and I had spent time with the Lord. I had prayed and talked with the Lord. I had some Bible scriptures fresh on me. I'm just basking and soaking in the fact of how good God is that morning. And the exact circumstance happened that morning. A girl came up to me. Now, it was a different girl, totally different girl, but the exact same thing. And she said, hey, Daniel, I got a problem with this. And immediately, I responded out of love. And it was just a totally different way to handle the circumstance. One was out of love, and one wasn't. And it reminds me, I have two different choices to make every single day I wake up. I can spend time with God or I don't spend time with God. But I'm going to tell you, there's two drastic differences between this day and this day. And it's a decision I've got to make every single day. If someone does not stumble in what he says, he is a perfect man, able to bridle the whole body as well. Now, if we put the bits into horses' mouths so they will obey us, we direct their entire body as well. If you don't already know, which most of you do know, this is a bridle. A bridle is the bit that goes in the horse's mouth. And yes, this is used. Wherever a horse wants to go, you direct him. This is kind of gross. If the horse wants to go to the right, he's going to go to the right. But who's controlling it? Whoever's in charge. You don't go to the left? Go to the left. This right here, sorry. This right here controls everywhere you want the horse to go. You see? Control right here. It's just like the tongue. Understand how many times the Lord talks about the tongue in the Bible? There's so many warning. He tells us, this is important. You should listen, okay? It says, my dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen and slow to speak and slow to become angry. Therefore, get rid of all moral filth and the evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word that is planted inside of you, which can save you. This is God telling you, I'm here because I love you. I'm here to save you. Do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks in the face of and looks at their own face in the mirror, and after looking at himself goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. 1 Peter 3:10 says, if you want to enjoy life and see many happy days, then keep your tongue from speaking evil and your lips from telling lies. Ephesians 4:29 says, do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building up according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen to them. So listening to their needs, that's a part of it. Be quick to listen. Listen to what their needs are and build them up. That's the power of the tongue. Proverbs 21:23 says, those who guard their mouths and their tongues keep themselves from calamity. Proverbs 34:13 says, keep your tongue from evil and your lips from telling lies. Y'all, let's do an experiment. Y'all ready? We're going to do a mental experiment. All right. So we have two people. Person A, his name's Larry. Say hey to Larry. Hey Larry, how you doing today? Okay. And then we have another guy. His name is old Tom. Tom's one of my favorite guys. I love Tom. Y'all know nothing about this. If you do, you're awesome. So Larry and Tom, okay, we're going to pretend that these are children. They're little kids. Okay, we're going to start these little kids out about 1 year old. Okay. Now from the time that they're 1 year old to about 18 years old. Okay, Larry and Tom, how y'all doing? Okay. So, Larry, what we're going to do with him from the time he's age 1 to age 18, he's going to be underneath my kid. He's my kid, so I'm responsible. The Lord put me in charge to raise my child. But what we're going to do with him is, he's pretty ugly. Okay? I'm sorry, Larry, but you're pretty ugly. And his whole life, I'm going to tell him, not only are you ugly, but the color, you're kind of an ugly color, and I really don't like your eyes. You got big bug eyes, and you're lazy, and you're kind of fat. Yeah, you're kind of a piece of junk, you know? I don't like you. No, nobody really loves you. So for 18 years, we're going to continue this cycle. And anytime he does something, we're going to tear him down. Yeah. But Tom, on the other hand, Tom, you're handsome. You're a good-looking man or a young man. Yeah, you're handsome, and I really like that green sweater, and I like the sword. Yeah, because the sword. Oh, where'd the sword go? I lost this sword. It's okay. But we got a shield. All right, Tom, and you're smart, man. You're gonna go places when you're gonna go very far. You're gonna do good things. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what you're gonna do in life. You're gonna be successful. Larry, not so much. So after this 18 years, let me ask you this between Larry and Tom. Once I let them go, who's going to do good and who's going to do bad in life? Who's going to go far and be success? Well, you kind of already know. Tom's going to go on and do good things. Okay, Larry probably is going to be so crippled and beat down from his past childhood that he probably won't be too much of a success. Where did it stem from? Your childhood. Because all I've done for 18 years is tear Larry down and tell him he's ugly and fat and nobody likes him. And all I've done for Tom is build him up and lift him up. You know, there's a lot of power in the things that you say, the tongue. That goes back to that life and the death that you have. All of creation was spoken into existence. And God said, let there be light. Not only building people up and tearing people down, but what about when we use it in our own lives? The tongue. What about like in our own lives? Like for an example, instead of being grateful for what God has given and provided for us, oftentimes we find ourselves complaining about what we don't have. Like for an example, why can't I sit home? I've been watching TV, and why can't I sit home like the Kim Kardashian right next to a pool in quarantine and be relaxed and comfortable? And why can't I live a life like theirs? We do that stuff all the time. Like, for real, no lie. We complain about what we don't have. Why can't I be like that person on the TV? You might also say, why did Miss Becky hoard all the toilet paper at Walmart? Now I don't have any. Thanks a lot, Miss Becky. I mean, we complain. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the people in the wilderness, the Israelites in the wilderness. God had a plan for them the whole time. He had something special, a special plan, specifically for the Israelite people to lead them to the promised land. But they found themselves complaining and bickering and arguing about what they did and didn't have. One thing that's true is God. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart. And do not depend on your own understanding. In this world and the things that we're going through right now, there's a lot of grumbling and complaining and people looking down at our circumstances. But don't you realize God's got it all under control? He knew everything that's going to happen. He knew this coronavirus stuff, all this junk that's going on. He knew it was going to happen. It's not new to him. It's not a surprise. Oh, guess what, God? No. He knew that this was going to happen. You see, all things work for the good of those who love God and who are called according to his purpose. That's Romans 8:28. So we know that God's got a plan, you see, and he's doing something in the midst of all this, even though we can't see it. But what we got to do is we got to trust in the Lord, okay, and not depend on our own understanding. Because in my understanding, I try to make sense of what the heck's going on, and I can't. It don't make sense to me. But you know, I know one thing is true. God is God. I serve a God that is real. I serve a God that is there. And he knows all of these things. But one thing I'm going to do is seek his will. Seek his will in all that you do, and he will show you which path to take. He will show you where to go. Your relationship with God. That's your number one. Christ is all that matters. That time spent with Jesus is more important than anything that you could do on the face of this earth. Anything. Are you walking in the Spirit or are you walking in the flesh? There's a big difference. Because if you're walking in the Spirit and you're walking with God, hand in hand, you won't be complaining about the problems of what's going on with the world, the things that's going on in the world. You won't be complaining about what you don't have, but you'll begin to see things through the lens of God. Lord, thank you, Father. Lord, for everybody in the youth group and everybody who's watching this. Lord, and I want to specifically pray That everybody that listens to this, Lord, that you, God, you do a work inside of them, Lord. And Father, I pray that you guide their tongue, Lord. Let them consider their tongue and the things that they say, Father, so that they can be a blessing to you. Lord, I pray for the families that are going through this, and I pray for our government, Lord. And I pray that this opportunity, Lord, that we will find this to get on our knees, God, that to make us realize that we need you. God is drawing us closer to Him. He wants us to get on our knees and pray to Him. Look, there's nothing more important in your entire life than what you can do. Not what you wear, not what you eat, not any of that. What really matters is the eternal life that you have, that God has given to you, to spend time with God in a relationship with Him. Now you have opportunity to get up and walk with the Lord every single day. I'm telling you this, I'm urging you this, being a child of God. Okay? So I'm telling you this. Make time, spend time with the Lord. There's nothing more important than you could ever do in your entire life. Guys, I've enjoyed hanging out with y'all today. I hope y'all have enjoyed hanging out with me while I'm up here at the house making videos. I love you guys. God bless you guys.